80, 89 type of consciousness we finish. And now we reach to the Chetasika, to learn Chetasika. Chetasika means what are the common features of Chetasika? Let's review again. What are the common features of the Chetasika? Chetasika arise with the simultaneously with the mind, and Chetasika or vanish or fall down with the mind at the same time with the mind, and it takes the same object what mind takes, and it share the same base. For example, if it is heart base, Chetasika and mind also share the same base. If it is the eye base, same base shares. Like that, those are the common features of the Chetasika, or the mental factor or mental concomitants. And you have 52 Chetasika. We have 52 Chetasika. In whole three world, you have 53 only, 52 only. Not excess, not lack. Only, not lacks, not excess. Only 52 Chetasika. So we classified this Chetasika 7 universal. 7 universal mean, those are common to every mind. So 7 universals. Those are the Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Ekagata, Manasikara. So you need to remember these Pali terms as well as English terms. And then you have 6 Pakinnaka Chetasika. Pakinnaka means you can say miscellaneous or sundries or various Chetasika. Now these 6 types of Chetasika are the Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Vitakka, Vichara, Adhimukha, Virya, Piti, Chanda. Those are the 6 types of Chetasika. And again, we discuss about 14 types of Akusala Chetasika. So we have Moha Chaturka first, Moha, Ahirika, Anutapta, Uddacha. Those are the Moha Chaturka. And again, you have Lobha, Ditti, Mana, Hina, Middha. And you have Dosa Chaturka also. Dosa Chaturka means it associated all 4 types of Chetasika associated with dosa. All 3, sorry. That means dosa, Issa, Machriya, Kukuch. So those are the Chetasika associated with Issa, Machriya, Kukuch associated with the dosa mind. Keep in mind this thing. So therefore, thereafter we learn about the Sobhana Chetasika. All are the Sobhana Chetasika. 55 Sobhana Chetasika we have. Now, actually, we again this Sobhana Chetasika we classified into 3 parts. For example, just Sobhana. We can say just Sobhana 19 Chetasika. So they are the in this way you need to remember this thing you need to remember this thing like very quickly, or it comes to the mind very quickly, like you need to remember by heart, like so what are those Chetasika? Saddha, Sati, Hiri, Ottappa, Alobha, Adosa, Tatra, Majjatata, Kaya Pasadi, Chitta Pasadi, Kaya Lahuta, Chitta Lahuta, Kaya Kamanyata, Chitta Kamanyata, Kaya Muduta, Chitta Muduta, then Kaya Pagunyata, Chitta Pagunyata, Kaya Ujjukata, Chitta Ujjukata. Those are the Chetasika, 19 types of Chetasika that you have in the Sobhana or the gorgeous section. And you have 3 Virati. 3 Virati mean 3 abstinence. So those are the Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva. Those are the 3 Virati. And you have 2 Appamanya, Metta, Karuna and Mudita. Karuna is the compassion, sympathetic joy, or is the refers to the Mudita. So then lastly, we have Panyindriya or Panya Chetasika or wisdom fact. We can say wisdom faculty. Again, write down in these are also important for you. All 19 types of Chetasika and Panya Chetasika. So 19 types of Chetasika start from the Saddha, faith, right? So faith and the other 10 to 15 Chetasika, like it is called the Panyindriya, no? Panyindriya. So in the practice of Vipassana, we call this Saddha Panya group. So please write down starting from Saddha up to 19, right? Starting from the Saddha up to 19 and Panyindriya, what is called Saddha Panya group, right? Saddha Panya group. All together, you have 10 Chetasika Saddha Panya group. 19 Saddha and the other Panya. We call, Buddha called, it is like Saddha Panya group, right? Saddha Panya group. Or you can say faith wisdom group. Please write down. Everybody, you should write down this thing. And now, this is the classification. Now we need to go with details. So starting with the seven universals. Starting with the 7 universal. The first one is Phassa. Phassa. P-H-A, not Pha. It is Pa, right? Pa. Like Phala-chitta. In that way you want to. Mahaphala. Mahaphala means we have Mahaphala, Mahanisansa, some Kusala. Sometimes you may hear like Mahapalo Hoti Mahanisanso. Like that means Mahaphala means it gives the excellent fruits. That means excellent results. That is the Mahaphala. Phala. Right? P-H-A, not Fa, Pa. Right? You need to understand in this. You need to pronounce like that. Now, what is the Phassa? Phassa means, actually, I want to tell this thing. Many times I have told this, but again, I want to tell this. Please remember when you are practicing in the Vipassana stage, you want to see every Chetasika and every minds. Every minds mean not the Arahanta minds or the noble minds. The other minds you want to see. You want to see as if you are seen by the eye. You want to see by the mind. So in this scene, you just remember this thing. Mind doesn't have any size, shape, and color, right? Mind doesn't have shape, size, and color. So, but Buddha says, right? This mind is we can say this mind is more radiant, more bright, brilliant. This is the meaning. So why Buddha says this thing? Because of the is Buddha now.
Bhante ji, your voice is getting cut, I think.
Really? Voice getting cut. Asthma. On your phone. Battery. No battery.
So I don't know if it problem persists. Maybe you might have to turn off the video. That way, then audio quality will improve.
Yes. I off the video, no? Uh, okay, now what happened? It's clear?
Yes, I think it is maybe better now. Yeah.
Okay. If there is any problem, please inform like that.
Okay, Bhante.
And
Bhante,
um,
can you repeat again, please?
okay, I told that mind doesn't have any color. Mind doesn't have any color. Can you and can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but it was still very broken.
Very broken, no? Uh, that's not. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can charge. No, you don't have charge.
Hyderabad, imported charger.
Uh, okay, maybe today very weak signal, no? Yeah. Now, can you hear? Can you hear?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay. Okay, I told that mind doesn't have color, right? Only the brightness and the radiance. Buddha said in this way, because you just keep in mind, mind doesn't have color. Mind doesn't have color. And shape also, mind doesn't have shape, mind doesn't have size. Whatever the object shape and size, mind takes that color, sorry, that shape and size. For example, when you see for example, you are seeing a tree, actually mind spreads like a tree. That's the mind spread like a tree, right? That's the, so therefore we can't say that. uh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No. Yeah. Now, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Bhante.
Okay. Now, so I want to say this thing also. Please understand the mind and the object, because mind needs object. To arise mind, without object, mind doesn't arise. So my mind as well as the chetasika or the mental factors, that requires object, otherwise doesn't arise. So you need to know these things very very clearly. And for example, when you have any object around which mind sets up, right? Mind sets up with the chetasika, around which. And uh, again, mind and the mental factors rest on the rupa base or the materiality base. You need to know this thing, otherwise this chetasika, how, what are the natural features of the chetasika, you may not understand very clearly. So first thing you want to know, there is an object, right? There's an object, around the object your mind sets up and with the chetasika, right? Around which mean, that mean the minds and the chetasika sets on or the rest upon the materiality, on the materiality. Sometimes heart materiality, sometimes in the eye dome materiality or ear dome materiality, or the other one is the tongue dome materiality, nose dome materiality, and body dome materiality. So usually in the five aggregate world, our minds, or all minds, are rest on the materiality. So you need to know this the basic thing. Otherwise the explanation may not be understood by you.
So
Understood by
in
you.
Sarayatan is the
Sorry?
base.
Yeah, Salayatana is the base, right? Salayatana mean how we can, Salayatana mean sa mean actually six, right? Salayatana means six ayatana, right? That means six base. You have six base, right? Pali term is Salayatana. Pali term also you need to know. You please understand this thing also. So ayatana means the base, right? Or basis. Now let's move to the seven universals, right? The first one is Phassa. Phassa. First one is Phassa. Phassa is now you can understand your object is in the middle, around which mind and mental factors are settling, right? Setting on. So now what is Phassa? Phassa is the contact with the object, right? Contact with the object. Now your object contact with the object. This is the Phassa. Mind and the other all mental factors contact by way of this Phassa, right? This is the Phassa. This in Pali you can say Pusana Lakkana, right? Pusana Lakkana. Pusana means Phusana. Phusana. Pusana Lakkana, right? Pusana Lakkana. Pusana mean, in this English language, actually we don't actually, because of the lack of better term to the Pali to convert into the English language, we need to understand by way of many different words. Okay, so we can say contact also, we can say touching also, we can say touching the object, contact with the object. That's the Pusana, right? The meaning is Pusana Lakkana. Actually this it says in please see the notes, and you need to write down again, right? Without note, with on the note only, whatever I actually send out to you, I have sent out you, is not enough, right? You want to write down in the book or paper or something like that on the okay. Now you see the notes, lecture note. It says contact, touching of the object. That is the Lakkana mean the Pali term. That Lakkana mean the actually characteristic, right? Characteristic. This is actually natural characteristic. That means the salient feature. Natural characteristic means the salient feature. Salient feature of the some mental phenomena as well as materiality phenomena. You need to understand this thing. And actually so go to the second thing, the joining between the object and the consciousness. That is the rasa or the function. So actually what is this sangatana rasa? That means sangatana rasa. Don't be actually don't be worried about this. This is the in this way you want to understand. Now actually we go with the natural characteristic only. We don't need at the moment, we don't need its function. Rasa means the function, right? RASA, that is the function, right? The meaning, it refers to the function. It refers to the function, right? So actually why this this is the way uh, to understand or to elucidate the nature of the full nature of the mental phenomena. and material phenomena. So we, not we, Buddha asked, please, uh, actually, please discern this in by defining like four devices, right? Defining by way of four devices. That is the Lakhana, Rasa, Pachapatana, Padattana, right? So actually, I will teach this in near future. At the moment, we don't need. So therefore, it says Lakhana is the characteristic, Rasa is the function. Not it. It's mentioned. Don't be worried about that. Only other for the other Chetasika, we discuss about the function on. Sorry, the natural characteristic only. Okay, now let's see. So then, Fasa. Do you have any question about the Fasa? Fasa Chetasika? No. Okay, let's move to the another. Other one is Vedana. Passa, the first Chetasika. Other one is Vedana. Vedana is the experience in the feeling of the object, right? Experience in the feeling. For example, you may have some when you develop akusala mind or the unwholesome minds. So your object is not the object is. Actually, object is some, you can say it is not the, you may have object of resentment. Sorry, object of resentment. So when the object of resentment, you catch the object of resentment, what happened? Your Vedana is not the Somanasa Vedana or the pleasurable Vedana. You don't have pleasurable feeling. You have only the Dukkha feeling, or we can say Domanasa Vedana, right? Dukkha feeling or the undesirable feeling. So in the, that means desirable or undesirable, or sometimes equanimity or the balance, or the, we can say ever evenness feeling or equanimity feeling. So whatever the feeling experienced by this Vedana, right? Whatever the feeling experienced by this Vedana. So Vedana around the object, you can see in the meditation. For example, when you reach up to jhana also, you are seeing 5 jhana factors. For example, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagrata. So these jhana factors, that mean the all are chetasika, all are mental factors. These all 5 mental factors you want to see by practicing samatha meditation also. That when you for example, if you practice anapanasati meditation up to 4th jhana, while practicing first jhana, you need to see this chetasika with especially the vitakka. In the vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. Sukha means sukha vedana here, right? Sukha is sukha vedana. Vedana mean it experience in the feeling of object, right? So that means, now you have object in the middle, and around which your mind sets on with the chetasika. So what this vedana does, what is the natural characteristic of vedana? It is experiencing, or the experience in the feeling of the object. So then you can see what is the movement, how it act, right? How it what is natural characteristic on the mind, right? On the mind, you can, on the object, sorry, on the object, and the mind, it experience in the feeling, right? It experience the feeling. So you can see this thing while practicing vipassana or while practicing samatha meditation also. And the other thing, sanya is the perception, right? Perception, mental factor. What does do sanya is actually, it says here, it says mentally marking the object, right? Marking the object means, we can say it perceiving the quality of the object, right? Please write down in this way also. Perceiving the qualities of the object. Perceiving, that means sanya. It perceives, right? It perceives the qualities of the object. So Pali, it says Sanjanana Lakkhana, right? Sanjanana Lakkhana. Sanjanana means perceiving, perceiving the any qualities of the object. Usually, mind and the mental factors, it bends towards the object because object is the main thing here, right? According to the object, mind and the mental factors settle.
Bhante ji, how
Yeah.
is perceiving the quality of the object different than experiencing the feeling of the object? So how is then that different from Vedana?
Yeah. Okay. Now let's see here in this way. Actually, for example, let's get the example of pleasurable object. You are in the pleasurable object, right? Now you are in the pleasurable object. You are seeing pleasurable object. Now your Vedana act as like act as mean the natural features of the Vedana or the feeling feeling concomitant, mental concomitant. It acts the for example, it going around the it experiencing the feeling, right? It experience now sukha vedana, no? When you have pleasurable object, you have sukha vedana. So sukha vedana, now sukha vedana, it going around the object, right? It going, that is the natural feature, experience. It experience going around the object, like, right? And that's the experience, right? When the perceiving, it comes into the sanya. All together, all mental factors acts at the same time, not in different time, right? With the mind also, mind also act on the same time. All chetasika also act on the same time on the object. So in this sanjanana mean, now vedana it experience, while vedana experiencing the object, sanya, what does sanya is? Sanya perceiving mean, uh, it perceives the quality mean, for example, uh, when we hear some dogs barking, right? Dogs barking. For example, if you never hear uh, dog barking, if you never hear dog barking before, then the sanya want to, now sanya want to see what type of quality of this object, right? What type of quality of this object, like that sanya want to see in the object, while
Sanya
sorry.
requires past experience of the object.
Yes, past experience, but I want to tell before past. Yes, good, past experience, past experience. But before past experience, we need to know the without experience, no, without experience. So now, so see, now when you if you didn't hear dog barking before, so sanya just take the just take, right? Sanya just take the sanya just perceives the sound of the dog. And then again, some one day again, if you hear the dog sound, so now sanya is very easy to perceive the qualities of the object, right? So sanya gets the all experience, so therefore, right? Can you understand this, Mr. Nilesh?
Bhante,
Yes.
Bhante,
Yeah. Yes, Miss
it means
Surendra.
we just yes we just listen the sound. We don't know the object. But when we
Yeah.
see the object as well as the sound, that time we recognize that there is an object and a sound.
Sound is the object here. sound is the object here.
Yes. A dog barking, when we doesn't see that object, that the dog, we just only heard the sound of the dog. And
Yeah.
another part, when we hear the sound of the dog barking, that time we recognize that the barking is a dog sound.
Yeah, that is the another way to put in. Yes, good, right?
Yes.
Another way to put in. Okay, now anyway, Mr. Nilesh asked about how we differentiate the feeling experience and the perception experience, right? How we perceive the object, right? That means um, actually feeling. What does do feeling experience in the, sorry, the vedana or the vedana, it experience in the feeling of object. For example, it whenever you have sukha vedana, it experience in sukha vedana, right? Whenever you have dukkha vedana, it experience dukkha vedana. Whenever you have equanimity vedana, then according to that it experience. But sanya mean it perceives the object like that, right? Whatever we discuss like that, it perceives. Usually experience objects, right? Sanya, because sanya, if sanya knows the past experience, then very easy to understand what object like that. Quality of object, it understand. Okay.
And
Okay.
then the
Then
word Mulyankan is different, and to recognize by the old experience is different
yes.
thing, and Mulyankan is a different thing.
You mean in the beginning? In the beginning?
No, Sanya experience the thing
Yes.
according to the past experience. No,
Yes.
but
Usually.
it not decides whether it is good, I like it or not. Like, so it's
No, no,
there is
no.
no Mulyankan, no evaluation.
Yes, yes. No valuation. It just perceive only, right? It just perceive only. No evaluation. Okay. No evaluation. Just perceive only. Okay, good. Then we go to the Chetana. Chetana mean, the Chetana mean thought, right? Thought, no? Chetana is the thought. The Pali, it says Chetaita Lakkana. Chetaita Lakkana, right? Chetaita Lakkana. So here it doesn't mention. Chetaita Lakkana mean actually state of willing, or we can say state of intention, right? State of intention, state of willing, or here says urging or organizing the associated chitta chetasika to reach towards the object, right? That is also because I told you, because of the lack of better term, we need to understand in many different way this thing. When we talk in English, we want to take many different words. So any word, it is related to this good understanding, it is good.
The
Okay,
thought
now,
and vitakka vichar. Vichar is different from thought.
yeah,
If thought is chetana,
yeah, thought is chetana, thought also chetana. The vitakka mean initial application, right?
initial application, but vichar is sustained application. No, that is not. That
Mm.
cannot be chetana. No. Thought
Yeah,
is vichar or
that
not.
means, yeah, that mean when you chetayita mean like not thought only. That's why I told many different words. By using many different words, we need to understand the very clearly this thing, no? But sometimes we say vitakka also thought, right? Vitakka also thought. Here I just mentioned thought, right? Chetaita mean thought. This is the Pali term is Chetaita, Chetaita Lakkana. Chetaita mean, actually Chetaita mean state of willing, right? This is the good word, state of willing. Please write down. State of willing is the good word, and state of intention. State of intention. This is also correct. Urging, state of urging, state of organizing of the all mental factors and the mind towards the object. That is good, right? Or we can say state of willing of the other mental chetana mental factors and other mental factors also, this like giving command, right? Giving command to the all chetasika to acts upon the acts on the object, right? In this way you want to understand this chetana is actually without this chetana our karma cannot arise. Karma cannot arise without this chetana. So you write down state of willing, state of intention, also correct, towards the object, right? As with the associated mental factors towards the object. Or this says organizing the associated chitta chetasika towards the object. That's also correct, right?
So Bhanteji, in the previous example of a dog barking, and let's say it was a scary barking. So uh, we are in this particular one.
Mhm.
Our intention, what would then that be, or state of willing, what would that be?
That means, for example, now for your sanya or the perception chetasika, now the sound of the dog, right? Sound of the dog, it perceives only, right? It perceives. This is the sound of the dog. Like it perceives only, right? Only just perception. And then now chetana comes. Now chetana it is like in this way, or dog is barking. Now state of willing means state of willing or state of intention towards the all chitta chetasika towards the object. No, in the if we go to the definition of the chetana chetasika, this is the definition. So now that means now you have now actually what you have now, the organizing or intention, right? Organizing or intention towards that sound. For example, if that sound if you feel that sound is not good, that means because of this chetana, all actually not according to the one chetasika, right? Because of the all chetasika, then you are in the mind or mental process, your karma creates mean, for example, if you that the dog barking is a object of resentment, you don't like to the barking, so therefore you may arise those mind, right? Those mind because of this sanya and chetana, not only because of this sanya and chetana, right? Again the all chetasika, right? Even if there is no passa or the contact, nothing happen, right? If vedana also, if vedana it doesn't the desirable object, it is the now undesirable object, or the object is not so desirable to your mind, so everything will act at the same time, right? At the same time. Now got the point?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go. Yeah, let's go. Then you can understand, right? At the end, and then ekagata, ekagata mean, all chitta chetasika, like all chitta chetasika. Now you want to get one pointedness, right? One pointed. All chitta chetasika want to get one pointed. Otherwise, what happen if it is scattered, right? If it is scattered or dispersed, chetasika scattered or dispersed, what happen? Then the object identification of the object doesn't happen very clearly, right? This ekagata. So this ekagata. It actually what the ekagata mean? It says pamokka lakkana, right? Pamokka lakkana. Like it act as a leader, right? It act as a leader. Pamokka lakkana. And avisara lakkana. Avisara lakkana mean non-wandering. Non-wandering. Without wandering, it directs towards the object. And avikhepa lakkana. The other one is avikhepa lakkana. Those are not mentioned in this book. Avikhepa lakkana mean non-distracting, right? Non-distracting the mind. Three lakkana. Three characteristic in this ekagata. Ekagata, you have three characteristic. The first characteristic is, we can say, reaching of the chitta on one object only, right? Reaching of the chitta on one object only. That means, for example, it act as a leader, right? Leadership. You please write down as a leadership, right? As a leadership, right? Reaching of the chitta on one object. That is the pamokka lakkana, right? Pamokka lakkana. That means it like a leadership. it leads all chitta chetasika towards one point. And the other thing is being established calmly. That means non-wandering, right? We can say non-wandering, right? Please write down non-wandering. WANDER. Not WO, WA. Non-wandering. Non-wandering. That means all mental factors and the mind non-wandering, only established towards one object. And then other one is avikhepa lakkana, and that means you have non-distraction of the mind, right? Non-distraction of the mind. Who does this thing? Ekagata chetasika, right? Ekagata chetasika.
The
Now,
avikhepa.
sorry, avikhepa, yes, avikhepa lakkana, pamokka lakkana, that's the leadership, right? And then you have avisara lakkana. Avisara mean, visara mean the wandering, right? Visara in the Pali meaning
Spread.
wandering. So yeah,
Spreading.
non-wandering, yeah, spreading, scattering. So then you can say non-wandering mean avisar, right? Avisar. Your mind doesn't go anywhere, only towards the one object, right? One object only. So avikhepa lakkana means non-distraction. Your mind is very calm towards the object without distraction. Okay, now let's into the jivitindriya. Jivitindriya. Jivita, only jivita it mentioned, you write down jivitindriya, no? The mental factor is jivitindriya. Jivita indriya. Right? Jivita indriya.
Bhante, it comes in kalap also, no?
Yes. Rupa Kalapa. That is the Nama Kalapa. Here we discuss about the Nama Kalapa. Rupa Kalapa also, the materiality also form as a group, right? Those materiality Kalapa also we have Jivitindriya. So this
Those
is
are
the
different.
different. This is the Nama or the mentality Kalapa or mentality group, right? For example, when you see something, your chakku vinyana or the eye consciousness arise. So eye consciousness has these seven chetasika only. So this seven chetasika is a group, isn't it? Is that true? This chetasika and the mind, eye consciousness and the mind are the group. No, in any the separate mentality can't exist, right? Can't exist. All are the group. So that on that group, for example, on that group, this jivita, it protects or it maintain the other mentality, right? We can say concomitant mentality, other coexisting mentality. it protects, right? It maintain other coexisting mentality. Okay, this is the jivita. So it says protecting or looking after the accompanying chetasika. Or accompanying chetasika means, so you see the not the associate states. That means associate state or the looking after the accompanying chetasika. We can say the Pali term is associate chetasika mean the coexisting chetasika we call sampayutta, right? Sampayutta. Sampayutta mean coexisting, right? Coexisting.
Means
That
Jnana
means
Sampayukta
yeah,
here
Jnana
also.
Sampayukta. Yeah, Jnana here not Jnana Sampayukta. Here actually Jnana Sampayukta also same meaning, right? Same meaning. Sampayukta mean associated with, right? Associated with, right? Sampayukta. So you need to understand this term also, right? Uh, that means the ultimately it says element of guarding nama, element of guarding nama. That means it maintains, it guards, it protects, right? It protects, it gives the life to the all mentality. All mentality mean I mean to the mentality groups, right? Only groups mentality arise. I told you before also, we finish our chitta, no? Chitta, for example, if you have eye consciousness only cannot exist. It associated with the other seven chetasika. If you have meditating mind, or if you have now you are hearing me, this is the Dhamma talk, and you don't. Sometimes you may have hatred mind. Sometimes, most oftenly, you have not hatred mind. It is kusala mind, right? In the kusala mind, sometimes it associated with the somanasa vedana, or sometimes it associated with upekha vedana. If you hear my sound with the upekha, then 32 mental factors with the mind associated with to that mental group, right? Mentality group. That is what is called. Then that is also there. Also, you have guarding. You need to guard your all mentality in the same group. So this is the Jivitindriya. It is done by the Jivitindriya. Jivitindriya does this thing. Okay. Now let's go to the another mentality. Another mentality means manasikara, right? Manasikara. Manasikara means actually we can say in this way. I can say in this way. Manasikara means what is the sarana lakkana, right? The Pali term is sarana lakkana. I didn't say the Pali term for the Jivitindriya, no? Jivitindriya Pali term is Sampayutta Dhammana Anupalana Lakkana, right? Sampayutta Dhammana Anupalana Lakkana. Sampayutta Dhamma means, you know now, the associated mentality. Sampayutta Dhammana Anupalana Lakkana. Anupalana means it protects or it controls, right? It controls or protects. It guards, right? It guards. That is the Anupalana, right? Anupalana Lakkana, the guarding characteristic, right? Guarding characteristic. So, Sampayukta Dhammana Anupalana Lakkana, right? That is the meaning. So, according to that meaning, I explain, right? According to that meaning, this book also explains, but different words only. But you need to know very clearly. But take many words, right? Take many words. How you want to explain this? Taking many words, because lack of the better term for the English language. Because Pali language is the ancient language, right? Especially in India, it started. Pali language is the ancient, but this English language came very recently to the world. So therefore, we don't have a real meaning, right? Real meaning terms for the real meaning for the Pali, whatever we take in Pali, we don't have real meaning. So then we need to take many different words with the same meaning. Okay. Now let's
Bhante,
get to the
for Vedana, Pali is not given. Like
Pali
was
is
saying,
not given. Yeah, I didn't give because why Vedana has three Vedana, no? Usually because some Vedana mainly three. Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana. Sukha Vedana means pleasurable Vedana or pleasurable feeling. Dukkha Vedana means unpleasurable feeling and equanimity feeling, right? So therefore, that it says experiencing the feeling, right? Experiencing the feeling of the object. So all together mix with mix and mix yeah the we can say it has been given the meaning with the mixing, right? All together that means taking all meaning experiencing, right? Yeah. And the manasikara means sarana lakhana. Sarana means like conducting, right? Conducting or going, right? Going, conducting. That's the meaning. Sarana, going. That means conducting with the associated mental factors to the object, right? Conducting. Or attention. This attention is also good word, right? To the manasikara, paying attention. So see the last one, paying attention on the object, right? Paying attention on the object. That means it gives the attention, right? It gives the attention towards the object. Or it conducts the associated mental factors or the coexisting mental factors towards the object. Huh? So this is the manasikara. Controlling or pushing the chitta also correct. Right? What are you trying to
So I know now because of the video. Really, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you hear me? No. Okay. Now, those are the controlling or pushing the consciousness towards the object, right? Or conducting, right? Conducting the all mental associated mentality towards the object. So this is the manasikara or attention, right? Attention. So see, sometimes manasikara and chetana may be same, right? You may understand that may be same. Very little, actually very little, because these mentality are very subtle, right? Very subtle, because in the Dhamma say, I told this thing in previously also, Venerable Nagasena, Maharahanta, right? With the Milinda King Milinda, they had a discussion, right? Dhamma discussion in India, right? In ancient time. So in that discussion, when, King mean Milinda King asked from the Mahanagasena Maharahanta. So while attaining the Buddhahood, what the difficult part Buddha did, right? Attaining to the Buddhahood, what is the difficult part Buddha did? So so that Arahanta, Maharahanta explained to the king to see this very subtle mentality. That is the most difficult part to attain in the Buddhahood, right? So Milinda Maharahanta said like that. So that's true, no? Because these are very subtle. Mentality is very subtle to understand, even to see, right? Without understanding in this is not enough. But you want to see this through the Sudha Vipassaka through the four element light,
Upchar,
Samatyanika Vipassaka through the
jhana.
Chatudhatu light, jhana light, right? So you want to see these things. So then only you are very talent, or you have good understanding if you see this thing, right? You have good understanding. So now actually now finish the 7 universal. Now we finish. Now we reach to the other Pakinnaka Chetasika. Please get that also. Pakinnaka Chetasika, or we can say miscellaneous Chetasika. 6 types of miscellaneous Chetasika we have, or you can say sun rays, right? Sun rays. Okay, let's. What are those things? Vitakka, Vichara, Adhimukha, Virya, Piti, Chanda. Right? Virya, Piti, Chanda. So what are the Vitakka? Vitakka is, Vitakka is the directing the mind into the object, right? Initial directing, right? Vitakka is the initial direction, or we can say initial application, right? It initially applies, right? It initially applies the mind towards the object. Not only mind, it initially applied all mentality towards the object, right? Usually every Chetasika function not only by himself or itself, it associate also the associated mental factors also, uh, um, it command like that, right? Here, what Vitakka is the initial application or putting, right, of the chitta on the object, or we can say directing the mind towards the object, or we can say mounting the mind towards the object, right? Any words you can take, mounting the mind, or we can say lifting the mind towards the object, because uh, the Pali term is Arammane Chittasa Abhiropana Lakhana, right? Arammane Chittasa Abhiropana Lakhana. Or if you want to know Pali term, it's please write down Arammane Chittasa Abhiniropana Lakhana, right? Arammane Chittasa Abhiniropana Lakhana. That means, what does it mean? That Abhiniropana means it lift or it mount, it direct, it apply, right? It applies, or such type of meaning, right? Such a type of meaning. But in the around the object, this mind and mentality settle down, and now what happened? All direction, right? All direction of the object, this vitakka initially apply, or it mounts the object, mounts the other chetasika and chitta towards the object, or it direct, right? Or it initially apply. So in that way, you want to understand this chetasika. And then it says considering also, considering, but more initial application is good, right? Initial application was good. Directing or mounting mind towards the object, also a good description, right? Mounting mean, MOUNT, mount, it mount, right? And vichara.
What was the Pali term, Bhanteji, for this?
Yeah, the arammane chittasa abhiniropana. Arammane chittasa abhiniropana lakhana. Right? Arammane chittasa abhiniropana lakhana.
Thank you, Bhanteji.
Then, yeah. Then vichara, right? Vichara mean, that is actually vichara. What is the Pali term? Arammananu majjana lakhana, right? Arammananu majjana lakhana. That means arammana anumajjana lakhana, right? Arammana mean, the object, right? Anumajjana mean it rubs, right? It rubs, establishing on the object. It rubs the object, right? It rubs the object. You can understand now, because your object is in the middle, around which the mind and the mental factor sets on, right? So then it vitakka does the rub. Oh, it says, we can say it is the sustained application, right? with Vitakka did the initial application. Now Vichara does the sustain application. That's the natural feature, right? We can say reflecting also, right? Reflecting or stroking. Stroking means actually gentle stroking, right? Gentle rub, gentle rub. Stroke sometimes we have many meaning for the stroke, no? Here gentle rub, right? Gentle rub. Okay. Now
Bhante, Arambana,
yeah,
Arambana,
Anumajjana, yes. Yeah, Aramana Anumajjana Lakhana, right? Aramana Anumajjana. Anumajjana means the rub, right? It rubs the object, right? It rubs the object. That means it established the object. It sustained. It applies the object sustainedly, right? Sustainedly applied the object. Okay, now let's go finish. You write down. Okay. Then we go into the Adhimokka. Adhimokka mean the Pali meaning Adhimokka is Sannitthana Lakhana, right? Sannitthana. Sannitthana. Sannitthana Lakhano. That means you please write down also Sannitthana, right? Sannitthana. That means the firm resolve, right? Firm resolve, we can say, or deciding the object, firm resolve towards the object, and determination towards the object, right?
Bhante,
Decision,
this is not a
yeah,
adithan, no? This is not adithan, no? This is
no,
decision.
yeah, decision, but we can say decision is the correct, right? Adithan mean like firm resolve, like, right? Firm resolve. Huh? Adithan mean, decide, usually decide, right? Decide. Okay, this is the meaning. Or we can say conviction. Conviction upon on the object, no? Conviction. Conviction mean it decide, like, meaning this decide meaning it's more towards to the decide, right? Conviction. Any similar word? Do you have any similar word? It decide the object. Sannitthana Lakhana, right? Decide the object. Any similar word you can take according to your understanding. Now let's move to the other Virya, right? Virya Chetasika. Virya mean actually Utsahana Lakhana, right? Utsahana mean, Utsahana mean it gives energy, right? Utsahana, or it strives the other mental factors and the mind towards the object. Or we can say it support, it exert, right? Support, it exert. Or we can say it marshalling the other mental factors towards the object. Not only mental factors with the mind, right? It marshals or strives. Or support, or we can say exert, right? Towards the object. So usually so see the note, it is striving in order for the chitta and chetasika to arise on an object. In unwholesome states, it is striving in order for the arising of lobha or dosa or moha, etc. So that means anyway they are all usually in a wholesome and unwholesome also, in both mentality or the minds, this virya is there. Virya arise with the mind in usually with the many minds, right? Okay, then this is the virya chetasika, right? Then you have So this Virya Chetasika, then you want to see through the light while practicing Vipassana only. You are in the Samatha meditation, you are not seeing this Virya Chetasika. So then we move into the Piti, right? Piti Chetasika. Piti mean actually
Why not
Piti.
in summer?
Huh? Sorry?
Why not in Samat? Why not in Samat?
Yeah, Samatha meditation, actually Virya Chetasika is acting towards the object, but we are not seen because we are seen only in Samatha meditation 5 mental factors: Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. Only that those 5 mental factors only we need to see.
Granang.
Yeah, jhana factors, yes, because it provides the jhana function, right? Those provides the jhana function. That is what's called jhananga, right? These all 5 chetasika, vitakka, vichara, sorry,
But in Suddha Vipastika, we cannot see then for Jhananga also.
jhananga, Suddha Vipassaka also, while practicing the 4-element meditation, you can see jhana factors, right? Even Suddha Vipassaka also you can see jhana factors, right? But in 4-element meditation, because the object is the Paramatta Dhamma, the ultimate reality, right? In the 4-element mean ultimate reality. So taking object as ultimate reality, you can produce jhana, right? So therefore, it ends with the upachara concentration or the access concentration. It doesn't go up to jhana. So in the upachara concentration also, you must see the jhana factor, right? You must see the jhana factor. But that means for the samatha vipassaka also Suddha vipassaka, both seen the jhana factor or the 5 mentality before they go into the vipassana, right? Before they go into the vipassana, both can see the 5 jhana factor. Okay, now PT. PT is Sampiyanana Lakhana, right? PT, Sampiyanana. Maybe for the Indian, they may very familiar with these terms. Sampiyanana mean, Piyanana mean like we can say
Desirable.
liking, or we can say endearing, right? Endearing towards something, or we can say liking, right? Liking, or we can say joy or zoster, right? Yeah, rapture, or we can say rapture, right? Rapture towards the object, right? Similar meaning you can say endearing, or we can say satisfaction towards the object, right? Or joy towards the object, rapture towards the object, like that. Liking towards the object, that is the joy. The last one is chanda. Chanda is like you can say in the kattu kamata lakkana, right? Kattu kamata lakkana. Kattu. Kattu mean, you in your language maybe katru, right? Kattu kamata lakkana, right? Kattu kamata lakkana. That means desire to act on
Repeatedly.
object, right? Desire to act on object. Desire. So desire, this is desire. Act on good or bad object, right? Not only one object, good or bad object, right? Every this Chetasika act on good or bad object. Not only good object, not only bad object, act on both. The Pali term is Kattu Kamata. Lakhana, or the Lakhana mean, the characteristic. Kattu Kamata Lakhana. Okay, now that means here what says wanting or wishing for an object, wanting to produce an object. So this is also correct, right? Wanting. I want to tell desire to an object, desire to act on object, right? Desire to act. Please write down that also. Desire to act on object, right? That means the kattu kamata. Kattu means to act, right? To act. Kamata means desire. Therefore, I take desire to act and act on object, right? Kattu means the act or the function. Kamata means the desire. So desire to act on the object, right? Okay, those are the, we can say those are the 13 types of Chetasika. These actually, so please go through the note. It says, in this way, these 6 Chetasika do not arise simultaneously with all Chitta, but only with some Chitta. Therefore, they are called Pakinnaka or the miscellaneous Chetasika. Totally, both 7 Sabbachitta Sadharana Chetasika, that means the universal, 7 universals, plus the 6 Pakinnaka Chetasika, 6 miscellaneous Chetasika, altogether 13 Chetasika are called Anya Samana Chetasika, right? Anya Samana. Anya Samana means they can arise in both wholesome state and unwholesome status, right? So therefore it says Anya Samana. But 7 universals, it belongs to all mentality, right? All minds, universals. So this 6 Chetasika, sometimes all 6 go, but sometimes only selected 3 to 4 go, right? So these are the these are the 16 types of Chetasika. So please take the other note also. Vitakka, Chetana and Manasikara. Sometimes you may understand that all 3 are same like, but please see the difference, right? Vitakka is putting the associated mental factors to reach towards the object. It is the putting, or it is the mounting, or it is the directing, right? Directing the associated mental factors towards the object. So Chetana puts the associated mental states that are put by the Vitakka to be together with the object, right? Because without Vitakka, usually Chetana also can't act, right? Not can't act mean actually Chetana also, if there is Vitakka, because it initially applied to the object, no? It initially gives the application towards the object. Because of that reason, this Chetana also can act very easily. And Manasikara makes the associated mental states reach the object directly. That means the attention, right? Attention. That means able to drive, right? Able to drive. Again, the another one was not. Take note that the group of Chitta Chetasika that arise together simultaneously in one mind movement is called Sambhayutta Dhamma, the associated mental status. That means, in the one mental movement, when one mind movements, you have groups of mentality, Chitta plus Chetasika. Those are what is called Sambhayutta Dhamma, because they are coexisting. They are coexisting. Because of this coexisting feature, they call the all mentality in one group, right? Not only the other group, right? For example, Chakku Vijnana or the I consciousness, you have 7 Chetasika and the I consciousness. But when you go into the dosa mind, there are 18, altogether 19 mentality. So, therefore, we can say that dosa mind and the Chakku Vijnana mind are the Sambhayutta Dhamma, right? Within the same group, only they are Sambhayutta, right? Within the separate groups, they are not Sambhayutta Dhamma. Got it this to the mind? Got this? Okay. Now, maybe time reach up to the here 9:46. How about
Bhante,
yeah?
Maximum Chetasika in meditation and minimum Chetasika in which condition?
Minimum Chetasika in the 5 door mentality, right? 5 door mean eye consciousness, ear consciousness, and the nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness. Those are the minimum, right? Those are the minimum. Only seven Chetasika. Can you understand? Got it? Okay. Dr. Kavida?
Yes, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Got it. Any question? No? No question? Mr. Pankaj, do you have any question? No? Maybe sound doesn't go very quickly. Mr. Data, do you have any question?
No, Bhante, no, Bhante.
Okay. Mr. Surendra, do you have any question?
This is my first time, sir. That's why, Bhante, I won't like to do the questions. I just want to listen.
Okay, no problem. If you have any question in the near future also, you can ask directly.
Certainly.
Mr. Nilesh also, no? Okay. Mr. Nilesh, do you have any question?
No, Bhante, no question for now.
Okay. Actually, you need to understand this mentality or the mental factors or the mental concomitants are very fine and very subtle. Their action also very subtle while acting towards the object. So sometimes you may see that, oh, this is also same, this is also same, this is also same, like that. But don't understand like that. There are teeny some difference, right? Can you understand? In that way, you want to get this Dhamma to the mind very deeply, right? With the profound understanding. And then when you practice Vipassana, when you see all Chitta Chetasika, then you don't have any question, right? Thereafter. Okay, then let's stop. Let's get stopped. Okay. We sharing merits. Idam me punyang asavakhaya vaham hotu.
Idam me punyang
Asavapayahu.
Idam me punyang.
Idam me punyam.
Nibbanasa pachayo hotu.
Nibbanasa pachaye hotu.
Mama punyang bhagam.
Mama punyam
Mama
bhagam.
punyang bhavami.
Sabe satunam bhajini. Punyang bhagam.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, so then
Sadhu.
Vandami
next week.
Bhante asking for
Okay,
the
Suki hotu, Nibbana pachayo hotu. Suki hotu. Okay. So let's meet next day.